Hello! So we are back and we're doing the Where Are You in the Revolution reading for February. I'm just getting the cards that we're going to use for our pick a card. So I'm going to shuffle 10 times and that's how many piles we'll do. Okay, so we've got one card ready. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, fuck. Damn it. 5, 10. Okay. Jesus, that's a lot of cards. These pick a cards always get so many cards, and it's just always so like, oh my god. Anyways, okay, it's not as many as before. So we've got the King of Swords, the Empress, the Seven of Wands reversed, the Ace of Cups. Okay, I'll just do these all upright. The Seven of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Swords, the King of Wands. So we have 6 piles. It's not that bad. I'm being dramatic. It's just intense, okay? So we have the King of Swords. This will be pile 1. King of Swords, pile 1. Isn't he so hot? King of Swords. Pile 2, the Empress. Pile 2, the Empress. Pile 2, the Empress. Pile 3, the Ace of Cups. Pile 3 is the Ace of Cups. Pile 3, you are the Ace of Cups. Pile 4, the Seven of Wands. If you are pile 4, you are the Seven of Wands. Pile 5, you are the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, pile 5. Pile 5 is the Five of Swords. And pile 6 is the King of Wands. If you are pile 6, you are the King of Wands. Pile 6 is the King of Wands. So, yeah, that's all of our piles. I think that I'm just going to go ahead and do the reading with the Lightseers deck and just try and remember the cards. And if I don't remember, I'll just come back here and I'll do that. So, yes. Okay. See you at your pile, starting with pile 1. Okay, hello pile 1. So if you pick the King of Swords, this is you. You are the King of Swords and you are pile 1. So, higher self, where is pile 1? Where is the King of Swords in the revolution? Where are they right now in the revolution? What is the message that they need to hear? What's going on with pile 1? Where are they in the revolution? You love her. Even though she's above me, am I still your lover? So we've got the Moon at the back of the deck. Now we've got the Two of Cups at the back of the deck, but we're starting with the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Cups. She was reversed, but for now I'm just going to read her upright. Well, for one, this is reading very strongly. I just saw 111. But for one, this is reading very strongly as just moving on. Kind of surrendering and moving on. Like letting it be God's will, letting it go. Like if it's meant to be, it will be. Like there's this idea of surrender and moving on. I really feel like we have the King of Wands peeking out at the back of the deck. This could be something emotionally moving on from an emotional burden. The Two of Cups wants to be out. So this could be moving on from a relationship. moving on from soul ties. I just kind of felt. This could be moving on from just something that, had its rise, it had its peak, and then it fell. You went up the mountain, you saw the vision, and you've gone down, and now, kind of feels like you're moving on from something that you maybe had shacked up with, that you had built a life with, something that you were invested in, something that you were submerged within. It feels like you are letting it go. And there's a sense of purifying, cleansing yourself, your energy. The 9 of Wands. You could be finding your light again, finding your purpose alone. This energy of, being independent. Yeah, with the Hermit, you could be spending some time alone, figuring out who you are, figuring out what you want to fight for, figuring out what you're determined by, what you are determined towards, like what you want to invest your time within. Just kind of figuring out who you are. And I think that you're very resilient. Oh, wow. 333. I think you're very resilient at this time. And there's just a lot of, I think boundaries have been drawn, and it's just clear that, like, you are no longer, like, suspended in time. You just know where you're going at this point. Or I feel like you're guiding your own way. It feels there's an independent kind of brave heart, warrior energy, 411. Energy where you're not going to take anybody's shit anymore. And, part of the surrender has got to do with drawing that boundary and finding more comfort in your own energy, and being willing to fight for yourself. And being willing to fight for yourself means drawing that line. Wow, 444. Lots and lots of synchronicities. You could be surrounded by synchronicities at this time, or this could be confirmation that this is really, like, this is the right move. Like, this is what, needed to be done. And even if this life looks, dull compared to what you could have had with this person or with this situation, I think that ultimately this is the right choice that you've made. Brief escapades. I don't know. I just heard something like that. We have the 6 of Pentacles. I'm in deep, babe. Swear I'll drown now. Whoa, yeah. I'll drown now. Wow, there's the King of Wands. Still, boy, you won't save me. Is your girl around? The 6 of Pentacles with the King of Wands. Hold on, I'm going to put this back, because I don't need to have that. You've got a lot of synchronicities around you, but was this relationship give and take, or are you looking for something? I think you're like this. You're looking for a new beginning. Okay. So there could be a new beginning in love. There could be a new beginning in love arriving. And this could be a relationship that is a lot more balanced. This could be, this could be something that you wished for. This could be something that's aligned with your dreams. Wow, look at that. What a switcheroo. Wow, look at the Hierophant. You have the Star, the Hierophant here. You have Death here. The King of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. And then at the back of the deck, we have the Chariot, and the 6 of Wands just popped out. Temperance is peeking out. The Fool is peeking out. The 9 of Pentacles is peeking out. and the Empress. And yeah, that's awesome. Okay, what the hell? This is really cool. This is also, well, look at that. You leave this situation, and right after you leave, it's like fabulosity. Anyways, it feels like there's a new beginning coming in love. Feels like there's a new beginning and coming in love. This could be something that you're pulling in. This could be a wish that you're pulling in, a dream that you're pulling in. This could be enlightenment. This could be a gift from the stars, from the heavens. This could be a gift from God. This could be a gift from spirit. This could be part of an awakening that you're having. Either way, this feels like something that is being granted or awoken within you. This could be a vision that's being given to you, a purpose that's being given to you, a passion that's being given to you. Either way, something is awakening within you. Also, though, when I see this King of Wands, it's not necessarily feeling like it could be a partner, but it also feels like you are stepping into this energy a little bit. It's interesting because the King of Wands was also a pile, so you could resonate with pile 6 as well. You might want to watch that, especially because when I saw pile 6, I saw 222. So, and with all the synchronicities that you guys have had in your pile, that could be a pile in which you should maybe check out. That could be a pile that you should maybe check out. But yeah, there's just this plentiful energy here. I wanted to say bargaining, but I feel like there's like, you've like got a good bargain, or like you're not having to bargain or sacrifice anymore, like what you have bargained for, like you're getting more than you bargained for. You're receiving, and it feels like something here just feels good. It feels super all of a sudden, though, compared to the energy that you were just dealing with. So this could be a refreshed bond, a refreshed unity, a refreshed energy, a refreshed coming together. You were the King of Swords. 2 of Cups. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't have to be love. This could also be like a passion coming towards you. An awakening of passion. Like a creative pursuit is what I mean. But I also, though, do feel like this could be love. Deeper, I'll drown now. Whoa, yeah, I'll drown out. So what you won't say me is your girl around. Is there anything else? Like, what do you want me to say about all this? Because I'm just like, this just feels like you're getting more than you bargained for. Like, I feel like you're about to receive a whole lot more than you were expecting. This could be in many different aspects of your life. What does the 8 of Cups have? Like, what is being walked away from? Because the 8 of Cups is an energy that just stays around these days. But, like, what is being left behind? What is that cup? What's being left behind? Maybe just like this grief around constantly giving. With the Ace of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles, you could be having an awakening when it comes to your career. You could be being released from a certain shackle or a certain bond when it comes to your career. A light could be going out in a certain aspect of your career, and something else could be waking up. So you could be giving up one sort of like line of thinking for work in place of another. Drawing a line, drawing a boundary with voices that maybe are speaking in your ear or trying to control you, but are trying to come across like they're trying to help you. You could be drawing a boundary and defending your peace, protecting your peace, by going elsewhere, by leaving behind energies that make you feel less than or make you feel robbed of your passion or your creativity, that keep you hanged up or that make you overthink. You could be getting away from this energy and moving towards something that is a little bit more nurturing and joyful, especially for the inner child. Yeah, I feel like you're putting up your defenses. There is this energy of putting up your defenses and protecting yourself and your practice or your art, your creativity, your heart, your passion, but especially here with the King of Wands, your passion. And it feels like you're finding this level of peace that comes with like a bit of like a humble, it's like a humble beginning or a humble new beginning that's like abundant in spirit and awakening. What is that Five of Pentacles? Why did that come out? Or why did that peek out? Oh, she is above me. Six of Wands. Well, there's a victory. I wanted to say there was like a win that you received in the shadows. It's like you already won in the shadows. You already won while still being in the darkness. When you were while you were locked away, while you were in isolation, you already got your win. Like you already won. There's something around that. Though she is above me. Wow. I feel like you've got the piece in your hand, like it's you make the next play. You have the Emperor here. The power is in your hands. Like you make the next move. Sorry, excuse me. And I feel like you are willing to be cutthroat if you have to. Like you will let it sink. You will let things fall away if they have to. You're not afraid to let something go. You're not afraid of death. You're not afraid of death energy. You're willing to do it. And I think that's what puts you in the power position, because you're not afraid to lose. You're not afraid to fail or make a mistake. You're not afraid. And there's a bit of fearlessness that's propelling you forward, and that's actually grounding you. And there's this element of peace that comes with that. Yeah, because you're so fearless, because you're not afraid, you get access to this greater light. And it feels like your heart is lifted. Because it's really, what is it? What is it that blocks the heart? Didn't they say it was guilt? But there's also something here around fear, or maybe that's the root chakra. But either way, it feels like your heart is lifted. There could also be ancestral healing coming through here, and past life healing as well. Like I feel like as you are unafraid and as you go towards this thing, even if you're a little bit nervous or scared, like you're not letting the fear stop you. And I think that that's also healing ancestral lines and past life ties, which, could be considered the same thing, but they don't have to be. 1616. So the Tower, Temperance, and the Chariot are all numbers that I think of when I hear that. Oh, did I mean to say Temperance? Yeah, Temperance, the Chariot, the Tower, and the Hierophant. Those are all ones you could think of when you see 1616. But this could be like a welcomed tower moment. This could also be back-to-back tower moments. Either way, it feels like you are kind of running towards the deep end, almost to say, like, I'm not afraid. Also, the sun right now has got something going on. There's something powerful happening with the sun. I almost like maybe as powerful as an eclipse. I don't know. But either way, the sun feels powerful, and it feels like it has an effect on moving the energy forward. And the sun could also be ushering in like this movement forward. It could be ushering in tower moments. It could be helping the shadow. Like it could be bringing to light what needs to be seen. So shining a spotlight on the shadow and helping it to cleanse itself, which is awesome. Am I your lover? Even though she's above me. Am I still your lover? Anything else, Spirit? What was that? That came out all quietly. 6 of Swords. Yeah, you're moving on. You're moving on, and it might be as a, you might be moving on to protect your peace. Like this might be in reaction to a need to protect your sense of self, to protect your peace, to protect your work, to protect your art. You could be drawing a boundary and declining help, declining involvement of others, and choosing to take a new path, a new beginning path. Yeah. This seems to be in alignment. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else I need to know? I feel like you're being guided, and the way that you should go is the way that you are feeling pulled to go. And any other voices that maybe are trying to offer advice, you won't feel pulled towards that. You'll be feeling pulled towards a certain direction, and that's the direction you should go. So trust where you're being led. And you're going to know because you're going to be like physically moved in that direction versus another direction, which could just be mental. Yeah, trust your intuition, trust your gut with the High Priestess here. I think that you can see beyond, and you can see very clearly what's going on. I think that your intuition is heightened at this time. You have a higher vision. You've been given a higher vision, a higher love. Wow, look at that 222. And I don't think that anything can get in your way. Look at that, the King of Swords. Yeah, I think that you've got a higher perspective, and it's very wise. Look, with the King of Swords here, with the mountains and the owl, I think that you've got a higher perspective, and I think you should trust it. And not don't allow anything to lead you astray that I can't even take it seriously. I don't think that anything can shake you. Also, I think that you've built a strong foundation. Like you've got a strong back. And I don't think that anything can shake you. So even when something might pop up that might try to be intimidating or try to make it seem like this or that, I just don't think it's going to even faze you. And I think it's going to be so clear that this is an immature energy or a shadowy energy that just needs to be like helped, and it's got nothing to do with you. Like I just feel like you've got a clear mind, a very sound mind and spirit, and you're grounded. And I just don't, like, I feel like you've got this. You just need to trust yourself and move in the direction that you feel guided to move towards. And you don't need to rush. You don't need to feel any pressure. Like, you've got this. I think you're in your power position. You're in a power position right now, which is awesome. There's nothing really to worry about. Okay. Anything else? I'm going to shuffle 5 more times. If there's nothing else, then we'll move right along. Okay, that's it. So, look at that. Temperance, divine timing, and the star again. You definitely have a wish coming true. There's definitely something coming through, a wish. This could be divine clarity. This could also be a revelation. There could be a revelation coming through to you, being granted to you because of the work that you've done. It could come through this tower moment, but it's defining clarity. Life-defining clarity. I think something that's powerful and that will move you into a positive direction, a positive place. But yeah, this feels good. This feels very good. So good job. Keep going, King of Swords, Pile 1. I hope you have a great rest of your month, and I'll see you for the next check-in. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. So if you chose this pile, then you were the Empress. You resonated with the Empress. Pile 2. So, what is going on with the Empress higher self? So, why was the Empress coming through? What was the Pile 2? Where are they in the revolution? Where is the Empress in the revolution? Where is Pile 2 in the revolution? What is the message for Pile 2? Where are they in the revolution? What's the message for them for Pile 2? Oh, well, look at that. You've got my number, 1144, which I've been seeing quite a lot. Where's Pile 2? Oh, look at that, the 10 of Cups. It's fun. Oh, wow, look at that, the sun. Jeez Louises. That's good. So you got the 10 of Cups and the sun. It's quite bright. That's really great. What else? Well, I just saw 111. We got a lot of synchronicities going on with these piles already. And the sun twice already. Wow, 4 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Jesus, you guys. Well, you've got great energy. I mean, you were the Empress, so... but yeah, this is great energy. The Queen of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the Fool we've got. I'm not going to take everything. I'm just going to take the Fool. But you do have 2 8s here. So you have 8, 8 here. 88, which is a whole number pattern that I've been seeing a lot too. Wow, this is great energy. I don't know what to say. This is wonderful. I have to sit down for a second and think about it, but I'm just seeing if there's one more card that wants to come out. Oh my goodness. Well, we've got 2 more. The Queen of Swords, King of Wands back of the deck. Okay, 8 of Wands maybe does want to stay out, but I'm just going to leave it off to the side. And then the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords at the back of the... King of Wands at the back of the deck with the Emperor peeking out. Okay, let's see. This is crowded energy. Ten of Cups, the Sun, the Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the Fool, the Queen of Swords. For one, I would say that you are making powerful and positive decisions from a very, from a higher perspective and a grounded perspective, which I guess, they're kind of opposites, but they're the same. You are making powerful and positive clarified decisions from a grounded, higher perspective. And you could be guided to make these decisions through, like, you could be seeing the light. You could also just be receiving. You could be receiving guidance, a lot of guidance. And there's a flow that you have tapped into. There's an intuition that you have tapped into. And it feels like you are very much so in alignment with the energies, with the seasons, with the not the particles, the elements. With the elements, it feels like you're very in alignment and you are very in flow, and it feels like you are you're not just in alignment and just in flow, but you also have something to offer. You also have something to offer, and I feel like you're definitely feels like you're in a good position right now. Feels like there's a lot of happiness. Feels like there's a lot of happiness and a lot of joy within yourself and surrounding you, and a lot of just like settled, like kumbaya energy is what I want to say, like kumbaya. Just very good energy, and it feels like there is a gateway into the mind that is being discovered, into a way that, like, a shining, something that shines the light. Yeah, there's an essence that's being brought to the surface or being unleashed. There's something being released, something that's coming out, something that's, bearing itself, and it feels really settling and clarifying and good. And there's like a humility here, and a regalness, and it feels like there's like a declaration of just love and a connection between your heart and your soul, your spirit, your mind, and everything feels kind of clued in to the right step, and it feels very empowered and very positive and impactful on your life in a really good way. Lots of feminine energy here. Lots and lots of feminine energy here. Very free and independent and wealthy in spirit, settled in spirit, comfortable too. Yeah, I feel like you are, like pile 1, in a power position. This could be that the people are in a power position right now, because we're thinking about the revolution also. It's just a bunch of really great cards, honestly. Oh yeah, okay, let's look at what this is talking about. You got a lot of the same cards as pile 1, so all these readings could be just super closely connected. The 10 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands. This is all fire. And then we got the Queen of Swords again. 5 of Wands, the Empress, there she goes, 5 of Cups. We got High Priestess at the back of the deck. High Priestess at the back of the deck. And we got the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is telling the story of transformation a little bit, and where your journey has taken you, where the road has taken you. And like, there's something about how like the forces come together, how your energies come together. This could be divine energy with the 8 of Wands, because it just feels like it's a bit separate. It's a bit removed from your world, and it feels like you could be You could have, for the longest time, been in the position of trying to manifest something, trying to create something for yourself. Where there's a will, there's a way, like trying to move from that place. But it always kind of felt like the sun was setting without you, like time was moving on without you, and things weren't coming to pass. But it could be that in the divine realms, like in the spiritual realms, work was being done that you just couldn't see, and you were very much so at a distance from. And I think that this period of having to go through, trying to figure out what your plan is, and it never really coming together, and having all these dreams, but things never really coming to pass, and it just kind of being a vision for yourself, but not ever really being a reality. That process has grown you into and evolved you into someone that is very comfortable in your own energy, very comfortable waiting, or very comfortable making decisions for yourself, using your discernment to get yourself somewhere, very comfortable navigating the world and getting yourself to a place where you're no longer waiting on the world to change, waiting on something to come to you, but going out there and kind of taking life by the balls, to put it plainly. And I feel like this comes after trusting your intuition. After the High Priestess at the back of the deck, we have the King of Swords. You could see through. I think that your higher vision for yourself could see that there was more meant for you, but there was like a cloudiness. There was something blocking your vision, so you had to see through your third eye, this counterpart that was waiting for you, your other half, this opportunity that's waiting for you, that's really matching up to what you deserve. You had to wait for that to actually come into fruition, but you could see it with your third eye. And I feel like that's what kept you pushing and kept you growing and evolving, because you knew that this was real. You knew that this was true. You were just waiting for it to come to pass. I wonder if it's come to pass yet. Ouch. Ow. Ace of Cups. You could be focused on yourself right now, making decisions for your future, trying to figure out which plan you want to go with. I think it's the higher plan. There might be a plan in store for you, and it might be intangible right now. Like, it could just be an idea. So you could be choosing between something that you already have, like something that's grounded and is here and is in place, and then something that's a little bit more mystical, something that's not fully realized yet. And it feels like there's more of a desire and more energy attached to the thing that hasn't been fully realized yet. You might need to make a decision to go with that, to choose yourself, to choose your heart, rather than, the thing that is here already. I'm in deep bay, swear I'll drown now. Yeah. Oh, no. What you say? Anything else? What else? Ooh. My wrist really hurts. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. I was having a bunch of thoughts about this show that I was watching, called 3 times 2 is 6. Oh, look at that, the tower at the back of the deck. This show that I was watching called Big Miracle. It's a beautiful show. King of Cups. I mean, not King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Fool, the Four of Swords, the Tower, Justice, and the Emperor. The devil always wants to try and sneak out. But we have the Empress, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Wands. Still, boy, you won't save me. Is your girl around? First of all, you could have a different perspective on the world. Also, you could have a different perspective on success and what you want out of life. You know, like for the longest time, you could have maybe been really highly ambitious, really career-oriented, really driven in that place. But you could be moving into a place where you are becoming more invested in the non-material, in the emotional, in the spiritual, in the familial, in the romantic, in the maternal. Like there's in the nurturing, element of life, in the natural element of life. Like there could be a prioritization of love, and not only love, but also family and union, and what union creates, especially in terms of children. There could be more of a focus. There could be a shift in focus and in perspective in your life right now. And trying to, see what world you can create together with somebody else. Well, there's a King of Cups. You could be looking for a divine counterpart right now. You could just be looking for a new beginning. Ow. But it feels like there is this movement away from this idea of success, or this idea of being center stage, or stardom or fame, or whatever this type of desire for achievement. I feel like you've understood what that is and what that brings, and I think that you are moving beyond that at this point and are becoming more interested in a deeper wisdom. And not to say there's anything wrong with that, because there really isn't. But you could just kind of be giving up the fight. Like you could have been in, and not the rat race, but you could have just been someone, working towards a certain dream that it feels like you could be becoming uninvested in. You could be deciding to let something go, especially around a certain plan of life, or just a certain way of desiring, that you might just be letting go, that you just might not be as attached to anymore. And just deciding, something else looks better. You want something else. And you realize it's not worth it. Right when you get right up there, right next to it, right so close to it, you could realize, I don't think I want this. And you could like right at the final thing, you could realize, I don't really want that. And you could decide that you want something else. Which, I mean, could be shocking with the tower around that. It could be shocking. This could be a decision that you make overnight. This could be a decision that causes you a lot of anxiety and turmoil, maybe because emotionally it could feel like a lot to let this go, but this could be happening around the full moon, which is this week. If you're watching this when this comes out, which is February. It's February 21st when I'm filming this pile. But it feels like something is burning in you, and it's something, feels like like this is something that is right, something that is true. But it could cause a lot of anxiety to move away from this, or to just have this realization. Could be very anxiety inducing. It could speak to two different sides of you, and the parts of you that have kind of carried you through so far. It could be a lot to receive this. It could be overwhelming, and it could feel like an affront. It could feel like an attack. It could feel out of place. It could feel random. It could feel all of a sudden. It could be the information that you really didn't want to receive. You could maybe have wanted to hear something else, and to have this be the truth could be really hard to handle. But it does feel like something is coming through that is shaking up your plans, shaking up your will, your desire, and putting a new vision in your mind, that you have to receive. Like, you've received this, and there's no real like going back, it feels like, or there's no denial that this is what you've received. It doesn't even necessarily feel like there's a choice to be made. It feels like it is what it is. Like, you've gotten this far, and you've it feels like you've gotten this far, and now like a new image has been unlocked, or like a light has been cast, like a match has been set, and like it's beginning to burn. Like, it just feels like something started growing, and like it's growing now, and light is coming in, and I think your inner child is being freed. I think your inner child is being set free. And it feels like it's leading to an awakening of a whole other world, that you haven't really been involved in thus far, but it feels like something is falling away. The mask is falling off. This one world is falling away, and it feels like you are waking up to a whole new world that has been building maybe in the background, a whole new dream or life that's been building in the background. And this one feels much more family oriented, much more community based, much more free and maternal, and like just natural, like even like hippie like. But much more engaged with the earth and the more traditional elements of life. Well, you got the star at the back of the deck. This could be a vision that you are receiving, a dream that you are receiving, a revelation that you are receiving, a wish, something being pulled down from the skies, from the heavens. This could be something that shows up through your astrology. We have the Queen of Cups and the Hermit. Yeah, this could be something you receive, because with the Hermit and the Queen of Cups, it's giving enlightenment. So this could be like a spiritual download that comes to you, a revelation. You could see the light. The Knight of Swords. This could come in very quickly, very abruptly. This could come in fast, and with clarity. Yeah, like 0 to 100 real quick. And this could bring things very full circle very quickly. This could bring in the end of something very quickly. This could bring in a completion of a cycle, of a whole world cycle very, very quickly. And begin a new cycle very, very quickly. Either way, this feels like it's something that could happen very, very quickly, very, very fast. And it could all kind of come together very, very fast, very, very quickly. And it just kind of like is what it is. Like it's just like almost out of your hands. And just like it's above you now. And you are above whatever like the situation was. Like I feel like the anxiety and all of that, it's like it's not even going to be able to overwhelm you for so long, because it feels like very quickly things are going to elevate. Like very quickly you're going to move beyond that and be put into a different position. And I feel like there's also this element of being crowned. We have the Queen of Cups here and the King of Cups. We've got counterpart energy with these first two readings consistently. But yeah, there is a divine connection here. There's a divine connection, something that's been growing underground, something where the seeds are planted. Can you speak to the Seven of Pentacles a little bit more? The Seven of Pentacles. The World card, I really see the element of the sun there too, though. Feels like you received something from the sun. You receive some type of enlightenment, and when you choose to embody this, what you've received, whatever message you receive, when you choose to fully embody it, or as you fully embody it, as it becomes one with you, it's like this cycle ends. This world ends. Wow, the Chariot and the Two of Cups. It's fast. Like this is something that comes quickly. This is something that I think comes really quickly. This is a dream that comes to you. And it's like it's quickly, but it's not, because it feels like it took a while to get here. But when it comes in, it feels like it comes in like fast. I feel like you'll also be directed towards what the right choice is. Or if you're in a position where you're trying to figure out what the right choice is, like I feel like you're going to be directed towards it. You're going to see it in your vision. But I feel like the hand of God is like over this right now. And it's like, this will be. Okay. Anything else, higher self? Anything else, soul, for this pile? Anything else for this pile? No. Okay. I think that's it for you guys. Two of Wands for... Yeah, you could not at all be in a position that reflects the energy of this reading right now. You could be like feeling very down and out, or just very like much so not like this, what the energy is giving. But I do think that you're on your way. I do think it could come suddenly. It could come suddenly. It could come crashing in. It could feel overnight. It could just like happen, like something just drops out of the sky, or you just kind of like drop out of the sky, and then like world shifting, you know. It could just come very suddenly, and I feel like your whole reality and your whole world is going to look very different. Everything's going to look very different. It's a whole lot of different. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll check in with you guys next month. I hope that you have a great rest of your month, and good luck with this. This sounds really positive, to be honest. So I don't really think you have anything to worry about. Yeah, it sounds like a success. But it's a new beginning for sure, and I think you can see it coming. I think you definitely see it coming. I just don't think you have anything in your reality to back this up. It's just like a knowing that you have. But I think you know that this could be a divine marriage, divine love, divine partnership, divine union. That's just what I see here. The anxieties will come. Just try and take it as it comes and remain grounded. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. You know the truth. You know how you feel. You can protect yourself. Stand your ground. You can stick up for yourself. Don't let emotions overwhelm you. Be logical and be realistic with yourself. And be honest with yourself. Tell the truth. Don't be afraid to tell the truth. Okay. That's all. Bye. Hello. Okay. So I've got a reading to do. For one, let me just say that animals are a state of being, and humans are a state of being, and insects are a state of being, and plants are a state of being. They're all states of being, and there are certain animals that have gotten to a human state of being. There are certain animals that have gotten to a God state of being. There are certain humans that have gotten to that humans lived as an animal state of being for a very long time, and there are certain humans that still live as an animal state of being. There are humans that live in every state of being, just like there are animals that live in every state of being, just like there are insects that live in every state of being. Like, there are humans that are gods. There are gods that are insects. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a spectrum it's a state of being, and you can be all of them. So, like, the goddess Sekhmet is a human state of being, and a god state of being, and an animal state of being, and the scarab beetle, and also an insect state of being. Sekhmet is like all of those, because Sekhmet is full spectrum of an existence. Sekhmet is full spectrum of an existence. So as well as being an animal, an insect, a human, a god, a deity, Orisha, whatever you want to call it. Sekhmet is also other deities. Like, they're all one in the same. You know what I mean? So like Oshun, Great Queen the Morgan, Sekhmet, many others. Oh my god, that was scary. So yeah. Oh, right, and I have cards. Okay, so hold on. So okay. So we have it's an interesting order to put them in. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool. The Page of Wands is reversed. So she's turning upside down. She's in movement. The Page of Wands is in movement. The Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Fool are like stagnant. So that could either mean that they are of the past, or they are of the beginning or the future. They can either be of the past, or they can be of the future. And they could also be of the beginning. But the Page of Wands reversed is of the now, of the present. So you can be in the middle between the present and the beginning. You know what I mean? Like those are different states of being. And so, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles representing what is behind you. So what is behind you is a legacy. You have been planting seeds. You have been planting seeds for a very long time, different seeds. I don't know how long. I just imagine that they extend beyond this, but your vision might only show you the seeds that have been planted in the ground. The thing that you need to understand is not every seed that is planted becomes something, but the seeds that do become something are beginning to show. You are beginning to be able to see the seeds blooming. You can see the blossoming of your work. It's happening right in front of your eyes. But you're not looking at the past, so you might not recognize all the things that have blossomed around you because you're not looking at your past. You're looking, actually, you're not looking towards your present. You're looking to your surroundings. So you're not in the moment, you are observing. And because you are observing, you cannot see your future or you can't see your present, like future self, because you are just seeing the surrounding. It's like you're only seeing the earth and you're not seeing the creatures that live on the earth. And I know that we're all the earth, but if you just saw the earth as the ground, you're only seeing like the ground and you're not seeing everything else around you, so you're not really in the world yet. You need to change your perspective. You need to shift your head a little bit. You need to look around you, and look at what your life is, because your life is changing. You are changing. You are changing. You are evolving. You are stepping into a whole new state of being, and it's very abundant. You're not just evolving, like it's not like you're just becoming a queen after a prince, being a princess. Like it's not just like you're getting a promotion in your job. It's not that simple. It's not even as simple as you're just becoming rich or you're just finding the love of your life. It's like a bunch of things are coming together all at once. 555 can be an acknowledgement of this. Like a bunch of things are coming together at once. So your landscape is completely transforming in a way that it's not about the material things. It's like all the things that you have blossomed. It's resulting in a family. It's resulting in a life, like in a life that means something, and that is very, 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 very precious, very sacred, very rich. This is an experience, a fullness of life that is to the maximum, that is to the magnitude. The reason that, the inner child healing is always a conversation is because many people are in their childlike state. Many people are still children. Many people have not gotten to adulthood yet. Even though there are many adults on this planet, many people haven't gotten there yet because the opportunities have changed. The focus has changed. Adulthood is responsibility, and usually that responsibility is really family. Many people aren't there yet, and that is a problem because that's a lack of love on this planet. That means that there's a lack of love on this planet, which means that human beings are suffering, because for human beings to not be in a familial state is like detrimental to our sense of survival. We are like beings of family. We are creatures of family. We are tribal people. We are community people. We are village people. Like that means family. We are family beings. So for there to be a lack of family on this planet right now, that means that we are in famine. We are in famine. That's what it means. Like it's a lack of family. It's a lack of nutrients because your family is your survival. Your family is your legacy, but that's always relating to the future. Your family is your present survival. So to not have family is very, very painful, and it's hard and it's harsh and it's dark and it's just a lot of things. And I don't say dark in a, it is what it is. Some things are dark, like the surroundings are dark. That's what it's like. It's lonely. And you have been walking this path bravely on your own. And it's not that you don't have family. You do have community. You have community. But this girl is a little different. She's got a different surrounding. She has community. She has support. She has family. She has love. But she is not in an abundant, in as much of an abundant landscape as you are. She's not in the same place as you. You guys are different. You're in different landscapes. You're in a landscape that is rich and wealthy and abundant. She is in a landscape that is dry and deserted. It's hard. She could be someone who grows up in the lower class. Like, she could be poor and you could be rich. I don't know. But I mean, I do know. Yeah. So that's what it seems like. And it seems like you are going to bring her to where you are. With the changing of a season, it feels like you are going to be brought together. And it could be that he actually comes to you, because from what I see, he's willing to leave his landscape behind to take on yours, to begin this process, to begin this family. And it seems like that is going to nourish, like, him deciding to do that, him agreeing to do that, him being okay with doing that, him offering to do that is going to make your landscape change. So like, both of your worlds are going to change because he decides to come into your world, because he takes that chance. 72, 9/11, the nines, the 27s. But yeah. So this is a fabulous reading. That could be where you are now. So when I was saying that some cards are the beginning, you are at the Fool. So you are at the beginning. Oh shit, look at that. I just saw 1010. You are like, your present moment is the beginning. You are in the beginning. And then 111 could mean that the next part is coming, like change is imminent. 111 can mean that change is imminent because I saw that right after, and it wasn't fully connected yet, so it might not fully be in yet, but it's in. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're like, this is the beginning, but there's more to come. When is it coming? I don't know. I mean, tomorrow, right? Or like in the next few seconds. But that's what they mean when they're like quantum leap, because now it's like you're on a path where you believe something different. And so that's what a quantum leap is. It's believing something different. So that's what they mean when they're saying that. You don't need to feel stressed out because your whole entire world hasn't shifted in 2 seconds, you know? It's just about believing something different. That's what a quantum leap is. It's powerful, but you also do quantum leaps every single day. You do quantum leaps every minute, every second of the day. A quantum leap is not actually that hard. And I think that I should say that because I think a lot of people stress themselves out thinking that they don't know how to quantum leap and feeling like they'll never learn how. And like, this is something that's so hard and they haven't gotten. But really, people are just making the same content again and again and regurgitating the same thing to make people feel like they're not doing what they already know how to do. They're stating the obvious. There's a lot of spiritual people on YouTube stating the obvious, which in some ways can be helpful, but in other ways can be a detriment because it makes people confused about feeling like whether they're doing something or not, that they're obviously doing because it's natural to our state of being. We do quantum leaps every single day. It's just called thinking something different. It's just called changing your opinion, changing your thoughts, changing your perspective, right? You change your perspective every single day. You do that every time you make a decision. Sometimes it's very basic stuff where it's like, of course, you're going to change your mind because like, if you don't change your mind, you will stay in the same place forever. Like deciding to walk this way instead of that way, or deciding to walk instead of stay sitting. You know, it's very basic. You do this every single day. So there's no need to stress about trying to learn how to quantum leap and all these things. Like it's not, this isn't something to focus on. There's something deeper if you can go beyond that, because it's about, can you maintain your faith? That's what it's about. Do you know how to maintain your faith? That's why now you're starting to see an uprising of Christian YouTubers, especially Christian. And that's probably because Christianity is the most accessible religion, just because we all know it. So it's very easy to say God and not feel like any sense of weirdness compared to saying Allah, because Allah is attached to a culture. Allah is attached to a history. Christianity is so colonial that it has no history. And that's what colonialism is. It's the state of having no history, because when you have no history, you have to begin. And to begin something means that you have nothing behind you. And to have nothing behind you in some ways can be great, like a fresh new beginning, but sometimes having nothing behind you means that you have no foundation. It means that you are meaningless. It means that you are backed by nothing. There's no one to vouch for you. You have no reputation. You have no standing here. You're new and you're not trying to get involved. You're not trying to understand. You're not trying to learn. You are just coming in and looking to destroy by filling the space with you and nothing. And that's not okay. You need to acknowledge your surroundings. You need to acknowledge what is already here, because we're not living in a state of nothingness at her completeness that we were 5,000 years ago. The world is very much so alive. The world is very much so filled with things, with people, with life, with an existence that is awakened. And that is important to acknowledge. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got the rest of the Where You Are in the Revolution readings. I don't know if I want to do it right now. But I could. But I don't know if I want to. We'll see. Okay, bye. Okay, hi. Seven of Wands. I really want to say Seven of Cups. You could have a lot surrounding you, a lot of emotions going on, a lot of thoughts crossing your mind. It could be a lot. It could be overwhelming. And it's like a good thing, but then sometimes it's like a bad thing because you don't need to do everything. And I know that sometimes it can feel stressful, like if you don't do anything, you're going to fail, or you're going to disappoint, or you're just going to, and probably feeling like you're going to disappoint your spirit team. But you've got a perspective of the universe that is not correct. Like you vilify the universe a little bit too much, and not in the sense that you make them the villain, but you make yourself the villain. You are the universe, so you vilify your state of being. You don't need to do that, because that creates villains in every state of your being, not just in you. Like, you don't just become a villain, but everybody else becomes a villain, because they're all a part of your state of being. They're all a part of your state of existence. They're all a part of your imagination, in a sense. It's what you think about them that becomes the reality, not what they think. That's why you're reading their rising, right? That's how you read the rising. Some people are really great readers and they really understand a person. Some people aren't, and it doesn't really matter. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just a thing. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, the Fool, the Nine of Swords, with the Four of Swords and then the Eight of Pentacles out. The Eight, I meant to say the Knight. Yeah, your hard work has definitely paid off. I mean, your hard work has definitely paid off. I feel like you've had time to rest. And I feel like now that you're up, you're annoyed because you're like, why am I still here? And also, whoa, the seed, like the land that I was planted in was really crazy. Like, I feel like parts of you that you planted a seed for are now starting to come into consciousness, and they're like, where the fuck am I? Because this is not the type of universe that they're used to. This is not the type of frequency that they're used to. This is not the type of landscape that they're used to. Like, there are parts of you that are meant to be wealthy, or that are wealthy. Like, there are parts of you that embody the energy of wealth, or like Taurus, very earthen, very, I was about to say very Urshan, very Earthshin, or Urshan, very Urshan, very Tauran, very Virgoan, Virgin, very virgin, very like pure, rich, natural. There are parts of you that are like that are waking up in the landscape that you've been surviving in, which in certain states can be really, really rough. Like, can be like the ghetto of energies. And that's not to be disrespectful. The ghetto is a magical place because it's filled with magical beings, but it's a hard place to live. And there's no joke, there's no doubt about that. And like, what was the ghetto in, like, the ghetto has always been the ghetto, but what they called the ghetto has changed. Some places were very nice and people would call it the ghetto. And then there are places that are the ghetto. You know what I mean? And it's a place of suffering. And, you know, the like part of the agenda is to attach ghetto to um to your thing, you know, in order to degrade you, because ghetto is a heavy energy to carry, but it's actually a beautiful state of being. It's just very hard. It's dark and it's harsh, but it's beautiful. But that's what the ghetto is, right? And it's everything, especially in darkness. But it's a beautiful state of being. But there's parts of you that are not used to living there, and are in those parts of you are waking up, and they need to realize that their job is to help transform the energy around them. There are parts of you that are waking up and they're like, what the fuck? Like, where am I? Why am I here? This sucks. I hate this. This is horrible. When am I going to get to my, you know, the place of luxury and comfort that I desire? And they need to realize that this is the light work. This is the spiritual work. This is the shadow work. You're doing work in the shadows. You're healing the shadows. That doesn't mean you're getting rid of the shadows. You're just healing them. There are shadows on earth. The ghetto is a shadow. But you're not getting rid of them. You're healing them. What does the ghetto look like when it's healed? Because it's still the ghetto, but what does it look like when it's healed? The ghetto is a different state of frequency compared to the middle class, compared to the rich. But the ghetto doesn't have to be horrible and tumultuous and stressful and ravenous and mean and violent and criminal. The ghetto doesn't have to be that way. The ghetto can be beautiful, like we've been saying for the past 5 minutes. So some parts of you need to recognize that this is where your power is. Like, this is what you're meant to do. This is where you're going to come into your natural state of being, which is abundance. You are going to be abundant in the places that are considered scarce and unmagical and irrelevant, and considered to have no purpose, to have no value, especially on the earth. You're going to parts of the earth that are considered to be valueless, which is the ghetto, with their inner cities. They're the places where poor people live in developed nations. Those places are considered to be unmagical. Those places are considered to be irrelevant, meaningless. Places where they have war zones, those places are considered to be meaningless to nations, because they don't give a fuck about the beauty of the earth. They don't give a fuck about the people. They just think about power, right? You're supposed to be in these places spreading your magic, spreading your love, living in your fullness, because that is how you uplift a space, by being yourself within that space. So if you are living in a state that you don't love, in a state that feels like it's struggle and stress, change that state. You are a transmuter for a reason. You want to transmute? You want to learn how to transmute? Transmute your current environment. All the people that are teaching you how to change your reality and heal your perspective and all of these things, but really what they're telling you to do is become rich and then leave the places that need the most healing. Those people are not real healers. Those people are reading from a book. They don't actually know what they're talking about. You're not supposed to just abandon your upbringing, abandon your environment for the wealthy and the rich. You're supposed to heal your surroundings and see the potential in them. There is potential in the ghetto. There's potential in the shadow. The shadow has so much potential, and not for light, for darkness, but understanding that darkness can be alive and deserves to be alive. Darkness is also a creation. Nothing is nothing. But darkness is a creation nonetheless, but it's dark. It reflects the image of nothing. It's powerful and it's beautiful and it's magnetic, and it deserves to live out in the open at its fullest, greatest potential, most heartwarming, most loving, most true potential. Let it go there. The King of Swords, the Fool. You need to fall into this existence. That's just what this is about. You need to learn how to fall into this existence. Okay? You can do it. You can do that. And once you learn how to do that, you will be in equal weight as the King of Swords. You will have accomplished the King of Swords energy when you can do this. The Fool is equal to the King of Swords, but the Fool has to fall into its beginning, into its new beginning, in order to be equal to the King of Swords. When you start on your path, when you choose to take the jump and be who you are meant to be, in the current space that you are in, that is when you become the King of Swords. That's when you become like a master communicator, a really, really great communicator, and a really, really great speaker, a really, really great messenger. This is when you're able to really speak, really tell a story. You can tell a story when you're in this state of being, and you need to tell your story in this environment, in this state of being, because you're going to rally up and gather up a community, almost like a militia, but in the most positive way. You're going to create not a gang, but like a community. You're going to create a community. That's what gangs and militias and armies are inspired by. They're inspired by community. Community is dangerous, but community is powerful, and it's love-based. That's why it's so powerful, and all of the mimics of it have to include violence, because they can't match the frequency of love that is so powerful within community with anything. So they try to go to the extremes of the other end, which is of fraudulence, and that's violence. Violence is fraud, because it's like, why are you doing this to me? It doesn't make sense. It's nonsensical. Okay? And if you want to get into the nonsensical, we can. Like, the nonsensical is also a state of being, tit for tat. But why? Why? Anyways, yeah, you're stepping into your bad mind energy. But you need to do it where you are. Master communicator. Start telling your story where you are. Start telling your story exactly where you are. And what it means to tell your story is different to everyone. Start doing your speeches. Start doing your work. Start doing your political work. Start doing your activism work right where you are. Okay, bye. Okay, hello, pile 5 of Swords. You guys had me stumped for a second there. Hold on. Okay, we have the 2 of Wands. You do have a confusing, trapped energy. Hold on. And by trapped, I just mean that it's hard to get out, okay? It doesn't mean that you're actually trapped. Trapped is just another word for saying it's hard to get out of. That's what your energy is. It's hard to get out of. It's hard to get something out of it. It's hard to move it. It's a tough, dense, thick energy. Nothing wrong with that. It just is. Okay. Yeah, and the parts of it that are showing right now in its density is the lower half. And the lower half just means it's the physical. So your energy is showing the toughness in your physical reality more than the beautifulness of the toughness in your physical reality, and like through spiritual means and family and love and emotions, things that just aren't as like physical. You know what I mean? And so it's just a matter of needing to turn these upside down. How do we turn these upside down? You have to clear your mind. You have to clear your head. It's the hardest thing, but it's 5 of Swords. So, it's a hard card. You have to clear your mind. How do you do that? You just have to start exploring things one by one. You just have to do it. You just have to start moving. Like you need to start making decisions. You need to start taking action. You need to start being definitive, like immediately. You need to start cutting things out and deciding what you want. Like if you don't want certain energies, you want the highest and the greatest, well, actually you need to choose a distinct path. Yeah, this is connected to the 7 of Wands. You need to choose a distinct path. Yeah, you do. So take this away. You need to get rid of the energy of like having so many decisions to make. You need to move past that energy. If you want to get to the King of Swords, just like the Seven of Wands, you need to get past, you can be both of these energies at once. This is why it's such thick energy. It's hard. There's a lot going on in your surroundings. You need to stop feeling like you need to make a decision. You need to stop feeling like you need to make a decision, and you need to start dreaming again. You need to start fantasizing again. You haven't dreamed or fantasized in a while, and you can tell that you want to when you start to indulge in things that are sweet, when you start to overeat like sweet things, when you start to like binge, when you start to just eat not so well, when you start to become really attached to things, when you start to become a little sluggish. That's when you know that you are in a state of being where there are too many like decisions to be made, and you need to dream a little bit more. That's when you know that you're craving dreaming. You know that you're craving fantasy, that you're craving your ability to dream and imagine when you are when you're overindulging in other things that can be addictive. Because imagination is addictive, and you're replacing imagination with those things. But you need to focus on imagination. You need to be more creative in your mind and in your spirit. Remember how to dream again. Remember how to fantasize again, because you're caught in a loop between the end and the beginning, and you need to break into your new beginning. You need to break into your new beginning. Sometimes that means stop looking out the window, waiting for something to happen, and go outside and talk to people and be freaked out and scared and want to go back inside. Just like take little steps going outside. Leave your house, do things out in the world, go outside, be alive out in the world, out in your neighborhood, out in your space, where you are, where you live, explore where you are. Because there could be an opportunity where, like, in your neighborhood, in your personal environment, there could be something in your personal environment that looks like a scam, but it's actually it's actually an opportunity. There could be something that looks like shit, or just looks ridiculous, or looks like it's almost comical, but it's also like, what are you? And it's also like, what's happening? But it's also like, whoa, like, what is this? Looks tempting, looks a little dangerous, but in a not like dangerous way, but just like in a way that is like really overtly like, whoa, like, like sex god. But in a way that you're like, no, like, stay away, but it's actually good for you. It's something that you actually should take on. And it's a lot more mature than you think. It's a lot more seasoned and dynamic and complex than you think. It's very mature. It's very aged. It's well seasoned. And it's something that is worth considering. This could be an idea. This could be you switching your perspective, or understanding that one vision of somebody is also another vision. Like, they can be all these things at once. Understanding that something or someone or some type of idea can be all these things at once. You could be all these things at once. Your partner could be all these things at once. Believe in that vision. Believe in that vision. Okay, bye. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, the Three of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Fool. Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers, the King. I want to say the King of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Wow, Seven of Cups is a energy. The sevens could be well, yeah, I guess so. But Seven of Cups is a common energy right now. It's a very common energy. So this could also be something that's happening in the stars that is creating this Seven of Cups. It's this illusion of a lot of options, illusion of a lot of opportunities, but it's really just that you're living in an abundant environment, and not everything that is around you is an opportunity. Sometimes they're just things that are around you, and then there are the things that are opportunities, and those things you've already planted. You've already dug yourself into. The things that are opportunities, you have dug yourself into. Okay, King of Wands, you are already involved in the things that are opportunities. So there's no more, you don't need to focus so much anymore on opportunities, on trying to find opportunities. You need to, like you're hoarding the energy of opportunity. You need to let that go and now begin to focus on the energy of pursuing the paths that you are on. You don't need to look for new paths to be on. You're already on a path. You're already doing the work. So go dig into all the things that you are doing. Go really invest and engage with the worlds that you are building, because there are many worlds that you are building already. You don't need to focus on a new beginning. You don't need to focus on change and shift. You need to focus on building, on creating with passion where you currently are right now. Invest in what is already abundant. Invest in what is already growing. You need to live with passion about the things that you desire and you dream for, because they're a part of your reality already. This is someone who wants to be a musician, and you are already making songs, and you are already publishing music, and you're going to dance workshops, you're going to singing classes, like you're already in it, but you're treating it like it's a hobby instead of the main priority. And so you're looking for opportunities while you're doing this thing, and it's like, why don't you just focus all your energy on this thing? Why don't you just go full throttle into this thing instead of trying to look to do all these other things? Why don't you just fully invest your time and your energy in this? Make this the priority. Why don't you make this your job, because then you would find the success that you're looking for and the appreciation that you're looking for very easily, because you already have all of the tools. All it would really take is showing up. All it would really take is showing up and putting yourself out there in this community. You need to get involved with the people that are a part of this community. You need to get out there and meet the people that are a part of what you invest so much time and energy towards, in the privacy of your home. You spend all this time singing at home. Go to where the singers are. Go to where the dancers are. Go to where the actors are. Go to where your people are, and go be amongst them. And then maybe within that process of being around your people, you'll find your real people, like your people. You'll really find your crew. You'll really find your people, your family. You'll find in this space. We have families in different spaces. We've got our musical family. We've got our sciencey family. We've got our debate family. We've got our blood family. We've got our relationship family. Like, we've got so many different types of families. Go be in the family of your creative spirit, the family of your courageous heart, the family of your economic, sense, and your financial balance. Go be with the family that is going to be there and be in family with you, be in union with you in your wealth. And that is where you are already invested. Yeah. There is extreme opportunity where you already have so much love and energy to go around. You don't need to focus on sitting in the dark. Get out of your cave, get out of your space, get out of your room, and go be around them. Go share with them. When you do, you will change your life. And I know that you think that you think that it's not time yet. You think that you need to still meditate and balance yourself, but you've stretched enough. You've meditated enough. You've balanced yourself enough. It's time to express yourself. It's time to dive into this new beginning. It's time to trust yourself. Trust that you've got the awareness. Trust that you've got the knowledge. It's time to call the boat back. Sometimes, like, your boat could be passing you by, or like there's an opportunity. There could be an opportunity that is like moving away from you because you're too focused on yourself. Because you're too focused on, calming your mind down and meditating and being alone and learning, blah, 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 all on your own, that an opportunity is passing you by. Look in your surroundings. There is someone that's offered you something and you've turned it down. You've turned it away. It could be something that you've already turned away that you need to go after, that you need to chase, okay? Someone could have turned something away that they need to actually go back and ask, to be considered again, to be a part of this again, because this is a boat that you want to be on. These are people that you want to be surrounded by. They're not scary. They're not bad. This is an opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Okay? You need to go. You really do need to go. So, yeah. It might be hard because you might have to make a difficult decision. But this could be something that you want to do. I feel like a little bit choked up about it. I feel weird or uncomfortable about it, a little bit bothered by it, a little bit pinched by it. There's discovery, there's, light bulb ideas, there's union, there's communication, there's connection, there's learning there. Learning that you're on your path, you're in your work, you're doing your work. And you might need to continue to do your work even though you want to help out somewhere else. You want to do something somewhere else. You want to, be there somewhere else. Maybe you're not trapped. Maybe it's just a matter of making an edit. Maybe it's as simple as making an edit. So if you feel like you need to be somewhere else, but you also want to go somewhere else, maybe you just need to switch a few things around. Okay, just draw a few boundaries and change the path a little bit, and you might be able to do both. Like, you might not have to cause, such disappointment. It could end up being fine. But you need to speak up and say something, because it feels like you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to be trapped, and you don't need to be. And it's a shame because there is like an opportunity, and you're probably touching it, but maybe a few things came up that are asking to share your time, and you need to decide which one you're going to engage yourself in. And I think that there's an opportunity to do both. I think you should make room for both instead of just choosing the option that you always go with, which is, spreading yourself too thin in a way where you actually lose out on an opportunity that's meant for you because you're caring for other people. So this is just an opportunity for you to decide to choose yourself. And that's a little scary because deciding to choose yourself is freeing yourself, but there are things in your surroundings that might not be able to go along with you on that path, and that might be hard. But that's kind of what comes with the work. That comes with being here. That comes with being involved. That comes with being a leader. You have to draw boundaries. You have to escape. Sometimes you have to save yourself. Sometimes you have to choose yourself. This is a change that is coming to your life, being able to make tough decisions, leadership decisions. If you're going to be a leader in your own life, sometimes you have to delegate your time, your energy. Things need to be split up. You can't do everything on everybody else's schedule. You can't be super, super self-sacrificing if you're going to be a leader, because someone has to lead. You need to be there to lead. In order for you to be there and lead and be present, you need to have boundaries. So, yeah. Wow. There are a lot of things hidden from your sight. A lot of things that you don't want to see. Or not that you don't want to, it's not that you didn't want to see it. It's that you might care a little bit too much. You might care a little bit too much. You might be at capacity. And you might feel bad for your surroundings and your environment and want to be there with it and comfort it, because you recognize the value in every state of existence, including your current environment. And so if it feels safer for your life for you to stay at home, then you really care about your life. So you're like, okay, if this is what's comfortable for you, then we'll just stay at home. But there's a part of you that is way more alive that wants to go out into the world. And so if the comfort zone is to stay home and help that family member, even though you really want to go to this thing and you actually had plans for it before, you just forgot about it, now you're remembering, you're like, well, shit, I'm actually going to choose myself because I should and I want to. That's drawing a boundary, even though it's hard because you have your heart other places too, and you care and you're compassionate. But this is one of those situations where you just need to choose you. You just need to choose you. You need to decide that you are good enough to choose, that you are worthy to be chosen, to be defended. It's like it's worthy of you to make this decision to choose yourself. And it's a good thing. It's not a selfish thing. It's not a self-sacrificial thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a healthy decision to make. It's your playtime. You're playing. You're having so much fun, and you deserve to stay in that energy and not be taken out of that space just because you have other things that you care about. You know what I mean? Not everything that you care about is your responsibility. Some things you just care about, which is beautiful. But then when it comes to things that you're doing for yourself, those need to be prioritized because those things, it's not your responsibility to care about them. So like you don't need to, it's not your responsibility to care for them 24/7. So you don't need to. So there's a boundary that can be drawn there. It's harsh. I won't say it's not harsh. It's hard. I won't say it's not hard. But it's something that needs to be done. And that comes with being in your creative power. Sometimes you have to be a little bit what is deemed to be selfish. But this is a healthy kind of selfishness. But it is hard, and it requires maturity that, only like a parent would really know. Or someone who really loves someone but understands that they need to learn how to grow up. Only that energy would understand why this type of energy is important, because otherwise it feels very harsh and mean and sad, and like too much, but it is what it is. I want the reading to go on to find something more positive to say, but I think that this energy is just that it's a little bit harder, but it's something that you need to do, and it's also a quick energy. Like the way that this reading is quick, it's not as quick as the other ones, but those ones are more drawn out. Like they represent a longer time span than this one does. This reading could only represent like a couple of days. This could only be a reading that's true for the next couple of days or for the next couple of weeks. So when you see those readings where it's like 24 hours, in 24 hours this will happen, it's saying this will happen in 24 hours, but does it say how long it's going to last? Because it could happen in 24 hours for a second, for a millisecond. You know what I mean? So be careful with those too. Don't get so hooked on timing, because as every reader knows, timing is not really, it's just not really a thing. It's not really a thing at all. It depends on so many things. It depends on so much. That's why giving timing is just a shit show. Nobody wants to do it because it's very hard to read time. Readers that can read time are talented. Those are talented readers. And everybody is talented, but that's a unique talent. It's a unique talent to be able to give things in a timely manner, like in terms of our present reality, to really be reading this current web of realities book, because even down here, time isn't linear. So it's really complicated to be able to get timing correct. So readers who can, it's like, whoa. Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer to get to places because of the healing that's required. But there is a clarity coming through in your mind. There is a vision that you have been given. There is a vision that you have received. And this vision is deep and long and well, and it's complex, and it's healing, but you're picking up one of the seeds that you planted. You're engaging with one of the seeds that you planted. And that seed you're learning to find is a seed that requires a few dreams of yours, a few cups of yours. In order for you to look at this seed, the opening thing, like the first part of the quest of this seed was give me this, 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 and that. That's what the seed asked for. The seed was like, you planted the seed with the intention that you would sacrifice things, like, and that's what the seed requires in order to grow. So you now are looking at the seed. You might have forgotten that that's what the intention of the seed is. You are at this seed now, and you got to give a couple things up. You got to draw a couple boundaries. You got to set a couple of boundaries. You got to move a couple places. You got to do a few different things, and you know, shift some tables. You have to shift the energy a little bit. You got to shake the table a little bit. And that's a little scary, okay? But you can do it. You can do it, and you're being guided and guarded by Sekhmet. You're being guided and guarded, okay? You're doing many things at once. You're accomplishing many things at once. You're in many paths at once. You're in many journeys at once. This is the lower chakras. These are the lower readings. So the threes, not really the threes, but like the 4, 5s, and 6s, those piles are really, really deeply connected. This King of Wands is like the acceleration of the 4 and the 5, and now you're in the 6, and it's deeply connected to a further on state of being, which is the King of Swords, which is pile 1. You can look into the King of Swords if you want. It's not really guaranteed that that's actually going to be your current energy. That is more so, that can be a future reading if you want to take it as that. There are decisions that you have to make in order to get there, though. So don't let it resonate to the point where it tricks you, because it's an energy that can be tricky, because it's passion filled. So it's guided by gods that are also tricksters. And if you want to engage with that energy, you can. But if you haven't done the foundational work to know how to play with trickster gods, you're going to find yourself in an energy where you feel very cloudy, you feel very loopy, and you're going to go in a cycle. And so you're actually going to be remaining in the heart of what's trying to be defeated in the lower chakra readings, which are the 4, 5s, and 6s, that pile. So you really need to be careful and make sure that you are allowing yourself to be in your present and make moves from your conscious, personal, present, first state of being, to move yourself forward. Make those decisions, act with a clear mind, be definitive, do what you have to do. If you have to be a little cutthroat, do that. That's just what's required right now. That's the Tower. It's asking you to be able to do that and not fret about it, and you have to do what you have to do. Okay? I'm sorry. It's going to be hard. Just do it. Okay? Bye. And then when you're done, you can go check out the King of Swords if you want to. When you're done, you can go watch the King of Swords if you would like to. Okay? There are some dreams for you. There are some wishes for you. So there are some stars for you. Okay?